Hey y'all, welcome to my annual Christmas story reading. Normally around this time of year, I would pick a book from the vast variety of Christmas books that I have. But I decided, nah, that's boring. So you know what I did? I decided to write my very own story. And, well, here it is. I hope you all enjoy. You might know Dasher, and Dancer, and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid, and Donner and Blitzen. And of course you recall, the most famous reindeer of all, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, of course. However, there is a story that only few may have heard. This is the story of Gacha, the white-tailed deer. Gacha was an average white-tailed deer. He lived his life with his only fears being of humans and wood fabric, wolves, coyotes, branches falling, any sound that ever happened, day or night. Look, I never said he was fearless. But the one thing Gacha loved more than anything else in the world was lights. Gacha would stand in the middle of the black, flat rock and wait for the humans' loud lights to show up. When they did, he would stare at them until the beast would bark at him. After which, he sprinted off into the woods until the beast went away. One of Gacha's favorite things occurred during the cold time. Most other deer would complain about the cold, the lack of food, and one of the cruelest things of all, the white sky pieces. It was cold, it was wet, and it made it hard for the deer to walk. Gacha, on the other hoof, not only preferred the white sky pieces, but the special things that would come when it was the cold time. The big, bright, beautiful, colorful, and shiny lights that would shine on the humans' caves for at least half of the cold time. Gacha would get closer to the humans' caves than any deer would dare to go. He would stare at the lights for hours on end in pure wonder and amazement. For Gacha, the cold time was the most wonderful time of year. One fateful night, Gacha went to stare at the pretty lights, when suddenly he heard the growl of a human's loud light. It was a shiny, sleek, and red, and it had a man with a nose like a cherry, and a belly that was like a bowl full of jelly. He had a beard that was white like the sky pieces. Gacha thought the man funny, but he didn't pay too much attention to the man. He was busy staring at the lights. The funny man looked up from what he was writing, pushed his glasses back, and squinted at the deer. The funny man stepped out of the car, and Gacha froze. He wanted to run, but some odd tingly feeling kept him in place. "Oh, ho, ho, Prancer, there you are!" the funny man exclaimed. "If you wanted a little vacation before your big day, you just had to ask." I'm not... Wait, did I just... "Understand me?" the funny man sighed. Yes, you did, and I am afraid that you are not Prancer, No, I'm Gacha, the poor deer stuttered in fear. "Why, there's no need to be afraid, young deer. It is only I, Santa Claus," the funny man soothed, petting the frightened buck's nose. Santa Claus? Why, you haven't heard the tale of good old Kris Kringle? What do you think all those lights in town are for?" Gacha paused. "I have no idea, sir." "Why," Santa laughed, which eventually turned into a loud ho, ho, ho. "It is so I can find the houses when I arrive in my flying sleigh, so I can give presents to all the good children across the world." Houses? Flying sleigh? Presents? World? This left the poor deer with more questions than answers. "I would suggest watching the stop-motion movie they made about me," Santa laughed. This did not help Gacha one bit, as he was even more confused than ever before. But nothing was more confusing than how he and Santa were communicating. Might I ask, sir, how are we talking to each other?" And with a twinkle in his eye, Santa answered, "Why, with a little bit of Christmas magic, of course." And with that, he turned away and walked out into his loud light. "Merry Christmas to you, Gacha, and to you a good night," he exclaimed as he drove out of sight. "Well, wait! Come back!" Gacha had so many questions, and he wanted answers, so he chased the loud light, keeping good pace with it, until a flurry of what looked like white snow pieces and lights whooshed past them. Suddenly, Gacha was standing in the middle of a red, bumpy version of black, flat rock, surrounded by pretty lights and really tall humans' caves. Gacha was extremely confused, and even more so when a group of small-looking humans in green bumped into him. "Whoops, our bad. Pardon us," they apologized in unison.
Excuse me?
Gotcha stopped them.
Where am I? Why, the North Pole, of course! Santa's hometown! Home of the Jolly Holidays football team!
Each of the separate small humans replied.
The North Pole,
Gotcha said in wonderment.
So this is where Santa lives. Absolutely, positively, that's quite accurate.
The small humans replied in unison.
Why, thank you. But where can I find Santa? I have a lot of questions I need to ask him. Oh, young dear, that's not quite how that works,
one replied.
Santa's a very busy man, answered another. You can find him on the Jolly Square at 7 o'clock,
the third one finished.
I guess I should go explore the mysterious place. Thank you, small humans. Where else? Happy adventures! Enjoy your stay!
And with that, the elves and deer parted ways. Gacha decided to enjoy his favorite pastime, looking at pretty lights, as he waited for Santa to appear once again.
Wow, there's so much to see! So many pretty lights! Oof! Excuse me? Watch where you're going, you stuffed antler pony! Scolded an eerie voice. I'm a deer, not a... Shut it, polka dots! What Olive says goes! Yes, Snowball! Well, what she said! I'm very sorry for running into you, Miss... Olivia, was it? That's Olive to you, Freddy Boots. And if you don't want any trouble, I suggest you get off my turf.
Oh, leave them alone, Ollie. They're just sightseeing.
But in a new mysterious voice.
And what are you gonna do about it, Red Nose?
Oh, lots of different things. But the one you probably care most about is getting on the naughty list again. Like last year.
Olive blushed.
Do you really have to go about telling people that?
At this point, Olive and the new red-nosed deer were standing face to face.
I don't know, Ollie. Do you have to go around insulting deers who don't look anything like you?
Olive had nothing to go against that. She nodded to the other reindeer, and they walked off in shame.
I hear we have a visitor around here. Sorry that my hello was the first. Name's Erdoff, by the way. What's your stranger?
My name's Gacha,
the whitetail replied shyly.
Quite a peculiar name. I like it.
Rudolph's nose joined joyfully.
Whoa! Could you do that again?
Oh, this?
Rudolph's nose began to glow again as Gacha stared, full of wonder.
That's amazing! The deer exclaimed. I really like lights, and I've never seen anything like that before.
Oh, really? When I was younger, everyone made fun of me for it. Until that very foggy Christmas Eve. I became the coolest reindeer on the block after I helped Santa through the blizzard.
Oh, wow, that's terrible.
It's a little better now. Every so often, Ollie and her gang riles up some feathers, but that's about it. Well, that's my story. What's a whitetail doing this far up north?
Oh, I was just trying to find Santa so I can get some answers to the many questions I have.
You might want to follow me then. Santa's about to get ready.
And with that, the two new friends went off to Jolly Square.
Wow, what is that big box?
That's Santa's sleigh.
Rudolph replied with a chuckle.
I'd really like to show you more of this place, but I'm sure you'd like to go home.
Go home? Gacha explained. My dream is to see different things outside of my home. I was just always afraid to go anywhere past the woods.
If you want to stay here, I'll gladly try to help you find a place. And then we can see the world.
At this point, Rudolph was starting to be hooked up to the sleigh.
What is the world?
Gacha inquired.
It's hard to explain, but I will be traveling it tonight.
Oh, ho, ho! There you are, Prancer! A familiar voice cut in as only hooked up to the sleigh.
But I'm not...
It's no use, kid. A new voice cut in. You're the new kid. Great. Name's Vixen. I guess I'll be your flight instructor.
Huh? What?
Look, kid, the real Prancer's out sick, but the big man's been really busy for the past few nights. A lot of good kids this year. So he has no clue that Prancer's out for the count. You're gonna need to replace him for the night. Then, you can go back to whatever you want to do. All you need to do tonight is just fly around the world.
Fly?
Gacha cried.
I have no idea how to...
It's easy, Vixen interrupted. This is gonna sound real stupid, but it works. For not only flying, but I guess other things in the real world. All you gotta do is believe in yourself.
But believe in myself?
Gacha cried.
I just have to tell myself you can fly and then I can fly?
Yeah, sure, basically.
But I'm not magical!
Gacha tried to reason, but it was too late, as Santa called, on Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. And don't forget Rudolph, too. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all! All of the reindeer began to run and pull the sleigh. Gacha ran and ran, but he could feel himself sagging. You're not believing in yourself, kid, Vixen called. You can do it. I know you can.
Come on, I think I can. No, I know I can fly. I can do it. I can soar through the sky like a bird.
Gacha was believing in himself so much that he didn't even notice that he was in the air, gliding like all the other reindeer. When finally he opened his eyes, he saw how high up he was.
I'm doing it! I'm flying!
Gacha exclaimed. I knew you had it in you, kid, Vixen cheered. This story was about a young deer who wanted to see the world. He learned a very valuable lesson on his journey. He learned that all he had to do to succeed in life was believe that he could. You might be wondering what happened on that Christmas Eve night. Well, Gacha helped the other reindeer complete their ride in record time. When he got back to the North Pole, Santa realized he wasn't Prancer at all, and thanked him for helping him on the trip. Prancer did get better from his cold, and built Gacha a house as a thank you gift. Rudolph and Gacha had many fun adventures discovering the world and seeing all of the pretty lights. And that is the story of Gacha, the deer who believed in himself. This is Audible. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you all for listening to my story. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I know I had a lot of fun both writing and recording it. If you want more content, not necessarily like this, but I do read stories every year for Christmas. But if you want some funny short videos, I have dozens of shorts. And if you like NASCAR content, I got a lot of NASCAR content. So feel free to watch any and all of my stuff. And yeah, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you all later. Race on.